Hey there, it is Jason DeLong with Heartland Homes KC. How are you doing, everybody? I have Valerie here from Continental Title, and I wanted to chat about title. I know a lot of people have questions on it, and it is not the most attractive part of the real estate process, but
Not at all.
one of the most important. So, Valerie, welcome, and thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here and
You
help you
bet.
guys out.
You bet. So, you want to give, whether buyer or seller, I guess, just the nuts and bolts of the whole title process throughout the real estate transaction?
Sure. Yeah, we are actually the third party in the transaction. I work for Continental Title Company. I'm the manager of the Northland office. We are kind of the go-between between your lender and your real estate agent. So we are the ones that do the search on the property. We make sure that there are no liens, the taxes have been paid, any deeds of trust get paid off, things like that. So we're kind of the go-between between everybody. We also will sit down and do the closing with your buyers and sellers. We'll explain all the paperwork, make sure that they understand exactly what they're getting themselves into, especially when you buy homes. It can be a bit overwhelming. There's a lot of info there. So we want to make sure that everybody understands.
Yep, good.
Yep.
And I will say, as far as sitting down and doing the closing, they do a great job explaining whether some buyers and sellers like to read a lot or some just like, hey, skim through, give me the nuts and bolts and go. So they're good at adjusting that, and then they also don't miss close dates. So you guys are good on that. Like
we try not to. We try not to. Occasionally it happens, and that is totally normal in this industry. There are hiccups along the way, but we do our best to try to keep that smooth and make sure everybody closes on time.
Fantastic. So for sellers, you do an owner policy, and then buyers, I think one of the big things is mechanics lien coverage. Make sure no one comes back on. You want to talk about those two briefly?
Sure. The owner's policy is actually what is provided by your seller. In Kansas City, the seller pays for the owner's policy. That is the title insurance that they are providing to the buyer that guarantees that their title is free and clear of any liens, defects, anything like that. So when we're processing a file, we make sure if there's any deeds of trust, we get payoffs for those. If there's any outstanding taxes, any liens, anything like that, we want to make sure that everything's paid off. So when you go to sell your home a few years down the road with Heartland Homes with Jason, you know that your title is free and clear and there isn't going to be any defects or anything like that. So we are guaranteeing, we're providing the insurance that nothing has happened in the past and all of those have been taken care of. On the buyer side, your lender, if you are using a lender, they're going to require a loan policy. That's actually what the lender requires to make sure that they are in first lien position, and the buyer pays for that amount.
Okay, very good. Yeah, no, that helps. I think because a lot of people have questions on that and just don't understand until they get down to the closing table or the that process. So
and you mentioned mechanics lien, which I think is important. If any work has been done on the property, you had an investor that came in and did a beautiful job like you guys do of rehabbing properties. You want to make sure that all of your contractors have been paid. You don't want to have any liens that come about. Your electrician didn't get paid. You want to make sure that those are paid, and we go in and make sure that that does actually happen, so we can provide your lender mechanics lien coverage, and that is stating that everything has been paid, every bill has been satisfied, and we guarantee that.
Well, and I think too, like at the end of the process when you do the inspection resolution items, and they have like a handyman or a contractor come in, a lot of buyer agents want to see receipts, but you're also protecting against that, like make sure there's no unpaid bills, at the very end.
Exactly. And the investors and the builders that actually work with Continental, they will file what's called a notice of intended sale. That has to be filed and recorded with the county, and that is 45 days prior to closing. And that just shows that, hey, if you're a contractor that worked on my home, you have 45 days to file a lien on the property. After that, you're out of luck. Let's
talk about wire fraud, because that's something that's been a hot topic the last year or two.
Continental Title, we have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on software and security to make sure that our sellers and buyers actually can feel safe with coming to Continental and know that their bank is not going to, there isn't going to be any wire fraud committed. That happens a lot in the real estate industry, unfortunately. These fraudsters out there are becoming very clever. And we are doing everything we can to try and keep that from happening. So.
Well, hey, I think that's kind of it in a nutshell. I mean, for the most part, I appreciate you coming over and chatting about that. So
thanks for having me.
Any questions, Val's contact is on here. You can reach out to us or her, and we'd be happy to talk to you about it.
Sounds good. Call me
All right.
anytime.
You bet. Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you.